Hello and welcome back to the 10 Country Challenge, episode 2. Of course, I'm joined by Zigzag.
Hello, everyone. We are going to see if Jack can guess 10 countries in a row without getting a single one wrong. At least that's his path.
Yes, with no moving, which is the big detail here.
If you could move, you could definitely do it already, but we're not looking for domain names. We're looking for vibe guesses.
In episode 1, I think my best score was 4, which, I'll be honest, may have been a fluke.
It had elements of luck, but was really good, Jack.
Alright, shall I click play and we'll see what happens?
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm nervous. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. It's quite a nice striking start. Like, this would be a lovely little framed picture.
Yeah, this is beautiful indeed.
I'll be honest, I am already stressing out right now.
Yeah, well, there's not much to go off of here. You're going to have to kind of pick up the vibes.
Yeah, so I look to the sun, it's bang on the east, and my heart is shattered. But with the white outer lines, it does make me think of Europe, even though, I mean, these may just be specific to the bridge. To be honest, I kind of feel like I should just get this out of here and just click something, and maybe it'll miraculously be correct.
I understand that.
I don't know, though. It's nice, because, like, I look at these areas, and I'm like, this looks like places I've been to in New Zealand and stuff, but... Oh, dear me. I hate just hearing you go, as well.
Not much more I can say on this series, guys. Not much more I can say, sadly.
Do you know what? I'm just going to go New Zealand. Why not? I know it might be foolish with the yellow.
I definitely understand that guess.
What? Wow, okay.
Japan. Yeah, so actually the big thing here, and it was kind of hard to tell on this round, it's much easier if you're in a city or something,
Yeah.
but we actually did have the low cam with the really wide blur, which is like the security law thing that I told you about.
Right, yeah.
It is like a meter lower.
Okay,
But
yeah,
it's hard
I
to
could
tell
not
on a bridge. It is actually, I would say it's like, this is one of the hardest rounds to tell it's low cam. Not a bad guess. There are places in New Zealand that look like that, so I don't hate that guess.
Okay. Doesn't look ideal, though, does it?
No, and it's a streak of 0, as it says so rudely in the red text there.
Yeah, there's no need for that, to be honest.
Well, you know, moving forward.
Right, more to look at here. Got a little 28.
What to look
Got
at.
some text I can't quite see. Ooh. We've got Christianity. I'll narrow it down to Europe to begin with, I would think. From this distance, I think she's scratching her ass. That's so unfortunate.
That is crazy. Not good timing there by the Google card.
I'll
Top 10 things I did
protect the decency.
not think I would be seeing. But, okay.
That doesn't seem like I can see any blue from this distance on the plate. Well, yeah, I mean, it's Europe somewhere, but this is a tough game, you know. So that says 1946, okay. But I just, any of the words I can't quite catch.
It's a short word anyway.
Yeah. Maybe this place was impacted by World War II and then they built this after the war ended.
Seems like a reasonable assumption. I'm actually not sure.
It's quite warm looking though as well. So, if it's quite warm looking, there's places like Spain that it could be, but I'm a bit confused about the lack of blue, but maybe I just can't see it. But then I look at these kind of vehicles and maybe these ones in the distance, and that makes me head over to Eastern Europe. I might go Romania because I believe they're Christian as well. I'm gonna lock it in. Let's have a look.
Let's find it. Oh, Jackie boy.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
We are back cooking with gas. Okay. You vibed it correctly. Well done.
Scary. I think it was those kind of cars, wasn't it, that we could see in the distance?
Yeah. Like, especially the wagon you pointed out, like the big thing that you would pull with another car. They're really common in, like, Romania and Bulgaria, actually, for whatever reason. Those
Right,
wagon things. If you click on the location, there's a few other things I wanted to point out here. So, number one, we had a lot of, like, tin roofs here. So, in Western Europe, you're not going to see many, like, sheet metal roofs like that.
Okay.
Like this one exactly here. Like, you would almost never see that in Spain. You would almost never see that in Italy. So that's a good tip. It's, like, common in Russia, Romania, Ukraine, countries like that.
Okay, that's fair.
Number 2, we had the trees painted white at the bottom. Again, this is something you see in Eastern Europe.
Right, okay.
Occasionally elsewhere as well. I feel like you can see it in like Bangladesh and India sometimes.
Do you know why?
I've heard different things in the comment sections before. Some people said it's just for visibility. Some people said they paint it so that like certain like diseases wouldn't grow. I'm not sure, but whatever reason, they do that in Eastern Europe. Apart from that, I think I'm happy with the round, so good job.
Epic. We are officially off the start line as I move into round number 2.
Okay, another successful episode so far. Ooh. Okay.
This is stressing me out. Can you see why he's blue? Right. Ooh, little bit too far away for my liking. Ooh, hold on. So there is a flag, but I mean that looks yellow and blue. Do I just click Ukraine and move on?
I mean, it is worth noting. I don't want to say.
Don't you be giving me too many clues.
I'll talk about that after the round, actually.
We also have Christianity again. I mean, this almost feels like a border, so maybe it's a country that neighbors Ukraine. But maybe that isn't even the Ukrainian flag and it just looks similar. But I feel like if we were at a Ukrainian border, there would be some kind of obvious thing here, whereas maybe this is just like there's a risk of a biohazard in this area or something. But it does feel like with these kind of structures and the colors and stuff that maybe I'm Eastern Europe again. I mean, it's hard to see from this distance, but it also doesn't look Cyrillic, but I'm not sure. I think I've got to go with it just because of the flag, even though that might be something different because like the proportions do look maybe a bit off.
It's always hard to tell when it's blowing in the wind.
Yeah, if I'm given a flag, I'm going for it. Let's see. Oh, phew. Phew.
We were headed to Chernobyl. You were exactly right. It was a biohazard entry checkpoint.
God, what a crazy round to have.
A few things to note here, Jack. Number one, Ukraine flags are not as reliable as other flags. You do see them around Europe, especially in more modern coverage, because people fly it in solidarity with Ukraine, understandably. So you do just see them around the place. They're kind of like one of the least reliable country flags, I think. Number two, Ukraine is one of the poorest countries in Europe. I'm telling you that the roads in Ukraine suck. So you can see off to the side here, we have so many potholes and everything. And it is just, unfortunately, one of the best clues to get Ukraine with.
Right.
Like the roads just, especially compared to Russia. Russia actually has decently nice roads in comparison. Number three, look over to the car just next to us that was on the right side. You can actually see the Ukraine flag on the left part of the number plate. They've got a yellow and blue. I mean,
you can't see it though, can you?
But you really can. Can you see a bit of yellow?
I guess once you're looking for it.
Look, if you're looking for it and you think it might be Ukraine, that's really worth
it's a good
knowing.
thing to go with. Okay, that's fair enough.
And finally, Jack, I do actually have a fourth tip. I want you to move a few spots down the road, just either direction, probably this way, yeah. Normally you can see the red car in the Ukraine. Yeah, for whatever reason on this road, it's only showing the antenna. Okay, so we had to move to a different location, guys. But this is the standard red car in Ukraine, which I would say maybe accounts for like 80% of Ukraine rounds. You will see a car in Russia that looks similar. However, the only red part of that one will be the brake light, whereas this one's actually fully red, okay? So you do have to distinguish them. You have to learn to distinguish them. But if it has this much red, then it's going to be Ukraine as opposed to other countries.
So a little bit of red smudge, probably Ukraine. I will remember that. Ooh. Here we go. Oh! That's all I need.
What were you going to guess?
That's all I need.
What were you thinking before you saw that?
So if I didn't have that, I mean, I think I would have gone in sort of South America, maybe.
I do want to mention here for Panama.
Yeah.
One of the best aspects of Panama is that you can normally see the front of the white truck here, which makes it one of the only places in South America with a big truck meta.
It's huge, actually, isn't it? Look at the size of it.
You get a similar one in Ecuador sometimes, but yeah, just remember the huge truck is like 100% of frames in Panama have this truck, basically.
Okay, fair. Tricky to remember these kind of things, but when I see Panama right there, I'm just moving on to the next round. Let's just check I'm actually in it.
I can't believe we're having another good streak already, Jack. You're actually cracked, bro. 3 in a row. It's built off the back of the Romania here.
The Romania one was quite a good one, to be fair. Ooh, hang on. Angkor. That's Cambodia. Oh, it also says the word Cambodia. So now this does scare me though, because, you know, what if we're just somewhere that's near Cambodia? You know, it could be Thailand, but I don't want to just commit to it straight off the bat. But I think it probably would be Cambodia. Oh, dear me. Let's try and look at some of the text and just check that it does line up quite well.
I mentioned the difference between the text in Thailand and Cambodia in the last episode, if you remember.
Yeah, you did. It's kind of squarer, isn't it? I think I'm going to go for it. Just having a look around, see if there's anything else. Let's have a look at this. From this distance, that looks quite a lot different. I don't know, but would it be weird for it to say Cambodia in Cambodia when it's just a random shop, you know? Maybe that is a bad sign. This does look a bit different the more I look at the text. You know, it looks a bit more like this kind of text almost. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. There's the more lines above as well compared to in Thailand. I'm going for it. I'm locking it in. Yes.
Let's go. I would have probably lost my mind if you went the wrong country there.
Do you get what I mean, though?
I saw your logic.
It's like seeing an Italian restaurant and going Italy.
I saw your logic, but it's actually a good learning lesson, so let's open up the location. Because actually in Cambodia, you see this beer brand, which is called Cambodia, all the time. I would actually say maybe 10% of rounds have either the Angkor Premium beer or the Cambodia beer. It's like seeing Corona in Mexico or something. Crucially, you never looked at the driving direction here, but we're driving right-hand side of the road and Thailand drives left, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I know it's late late into the game, but I am still learning my driving directions.
Yeah, we're going to work on that for sure. But it's really useful to know the difference between Cambodia and Thailand for sure in terms of driving directions.
So would you not really see the Cambodian beer outside of Cambodia? Is that a pretty safe one to go with?
It's very safe.
Okay,
Very safe.
well that's good. That's nice and easy to remember.
Good job on comparing the text, and you have an opportunity to PB here.
I could get halfway there if I get this one.
Let's see the score on the first seed here, by the way. I think it was a good score, apart from the Japan. 18.4. You were really close apart from that.
So what a shame I didn't restart the game. All right, let's play. Ooh, okay. Let me just take a look at these roads real quick.
Let's.
All right, that's blue rather than red. So, but there is a little antenna. So I think that means I should discount Ukraine based on what you've previously told me, but I guess there could be exceptions to the rule with the red. Excluding that, it does look quite similar to the Ukraine round. There's no real further clues that I can see, or at least ones that I can understand. I think that looks like there might be some blue there, but it's kind of inconclusive again. What about this one? There is blue. Now, I don't think there's yellow. So, based on all of these things, let's discount Ukraine. And I guess that means I'd be having to go to somewhere like Bulgaria. And I'm wondering about just locking it in, to be honest. Let me just double check that. Yeah, because Russia wouldn't have the blue. Yeah, I'm going to go Bulgaria, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm not super confident. Let's see it. Oh, phew.
5 streak. Let's go.
Okay, we're officially halfway.
Great job on working out that wasn't Ukraine. It actually looked like Ukraine, to be fair. Yeah, you never see the blue car in Ukraine.
Right.
Indeed.
Cool.
Jack, this is a perfect time to teach some absolutely insanely useful tech. The blue car always means that it's new coverage, meaning that it's like from the last 5 years-ish. And if you zoom into this one, you can see that that's obviously the back of the car because it's got the antenna and everything. But you can also tell it's the back of the car because can you see how the blue has like a little tab there?
Yeah, this bit.
So that is called the European tab. You're gonna get it in different colors. Most of the time it's blue, and it means you're either in Europe or South Africa.
What? Okay, fair.
That's the only places where they drove this kind of Google car. My gosh, it's so useful. For you, it's gonna be so nice to check that.
So wait, you said Europe and South Africa?
Yeah, for the blue tab.
For the blue tab, okay.
You're gonna see the blue car elsewhere, sure, but not the blue tab. And then, for getting Bulgaria here, you just did a really good job because from what your knowledge is, Serbia would still be possible. Yes, they do blue strips on Serbian license plates as well, by the way. We had funeral notices on the tree here. For whatever reason, on poles and trees in Bulgaria and North Macedonia particularly, you're gonna see funeral notices all the time.
No way, that's so interesting.
There's more tech that we can teach, but for now, that was really good. Okay, can he get 6, guys? Oh my gosh. I actually am just shocked every time Jack plays how good he is, bro.
All right, let's do it. Oh, don't like the look of this, Oscar.
It's a bit rural.
Yeah. So I do have some text, which looks Spanish. Cabana El Pelin. Right, okay. Ooh, this has got me stressing with my beautiful streak of 5.
Anything to protect the streak of 5.
I'm gonna have to be checking the sun for this one. Alright, so the sun is actually north, so I guess I'm gonna have to use the sun. That would limit a lot of potential places out. I think if I get this, it'll be a miracle. I don't have any cars. I don't have any road markings. This kind of terrain, I'm not saying you wouldn't see it in Europe, but I feel like in this scale, it's perhaps a little bit less common in Europe, but maybe that's just totally wrong. Let's look at this car. Not much to see on this side. White to see on this side. Well, no clues that it's in Europe.
Yeah, we don't have the European tab. Of course, the European tab, it doesn't always have
it's not exclusive.
You know that, but yeah.
If we're using the sun, I don't think Paraguay's on, do you guess it?
Correct. They're driving there now, but they haven't released it.
Right, cool. It once again looks quite hot, or at least in this particular day, so that'd move me more towards this side. Normally when I think of Chile, I think of a lot less trees and it kind of being more rocky and less grassy. So we'll discount that one. And then I don't really want to go over the equator. I might go Ecuador. I don't really know why. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see. Could be very far away. Oh, no.
Unlucky.
Did I hear you slap your hands into your head?
I made an unintentional click with my mouth.
Oh, okay.
I was so invested in this 6 streak, bro. You know what, though? Actually, Ecuador is, like, landscape-wise, quite a valid guess here, I would say. Of course, Ecuador's on the equator, so the vegetation would look a bit more tropical. But at high altitudes, it can actually look like this, because the dark soil did look a lot like Ecuador.
Okay.
If it just kind of has a bit of a Europe vibe with, like, Spanish and everything, Chile's a good shout. It kind of looks like New Zealand, right? A little bit.
Yeah, I see that.
Chile looks like New Zealand in general. They're just like 2 countries that look very similar. These poles. Now, poles, it's going to be a whole thing. I know they're annoying to learn and everything, but if you zoom in on that one in the distance there that we can see on the screen right now, yeah, you can see that Chilean poles always look like this, where they're concrete and they're indented halfway down.
Right.
I got a mnemonic. So they're concrete poles. Press escape and go back out to the map and zoom out to Chile. Let's zoom all the way out. You can see that Chile's kind of split halfway between the desert and the green, right?
I see where you're going with this.
Halfway down the pole, the indent starts on the Chile pole, and that's how we're going to remember it, okay?
I like that one. Poles are just something I never even take in at all.
The Chilean pole is super powerful, but the Brazilian one does look similar.
Oh.
So you're just gonna have to bear that in mind. But it's different, and hopefully we'll come across it soon.
Okay.
And there's the streak, unfortunately.
I think we should probably leave that episode there.
But a new PB on episode 2. I honestly did not think it would happen, but here you are. You're just goated, bro.
I mean, yeah, currently we're on track to beat GeoWizard's 19 episodes.
I think so.
Curse you, Chile, curse you. It was a tricky round to finish on.
It was a tricky round.
I'm really enjoying this series. It's really nice learning stuff, and I think hopefully about 30% of the stuff you tell me may stay in my brain.
Even if it's 15, that 15 is going to make you way better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's only up from here. So hopefully you enjoyed this. To make sure you don't miss episode 3, click that subscribe button, because we want another silver play button. Isn't that right, Oscar?
We're going to fight for it. Tooth and nail between each other.
All right. Thanks a lot, everyone, and we'll see you later.